Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Recha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And today we're going to go into the book of Judith, the 16th chapter. Then Judith began to sing this thanksgiving in all Israel, and all the people sang after her this song of praise. And Judith said, "Begin unto my God with timbrels, sing unto my Lord with cymbals, tune unto him a new psalm, exalt him and call upon his name. For God breaketh the battles, for among the camps in the midst of the people he hath delivered me out of the hands of them that persecuted me. Ashur came out of the mountains from the north, he came with 10,000 of his army, the multitude whereof stopped the torrents, which are the rivers, and their horsemen have covered the hills. He bragged that he would burn up my borders, and kill my young men with the sword, and dash the sucking children against the ground, and make mine infants as a prey, and my virgins as a spoil," right, referring to what they would do to Israel. "But the Almighty Lord hath disappointed them by the hand of a woman. For the mighty one did not fall by the young men, neither did the sons of the Titans smite him," meaning the mighty one being Holofernes. His death didn't come by the young men, the strong men, nor by the sons of Titans, which is once again signifying the strong men, nor high giants set upon him. But Judith, the daughter of Merari, weakened him with the beauty of her countenance. For she put off the garment of her widowhood for the exaltation of those that were opposed or oppressed in Israel, and anointed her face with ointment, and bound her hair in a tire, and took a linen garment to deceive him. Her sandals ravished his eyes, her beauty took his mind prisoner, and the falchion passed through his neck, being that sword that she used to cut him up. Because she was looking so good, he let his guard completely down, and that was it. The Persians quaked at her boldness, and the Medes were daunted at her hardiness. Then my afflicted shouted for joy, and my weak ones cried aloud, referring to Israel. But they were astonished. The "they" here is referring to the armies of Holofernes. They lifted up their voices, but they were overthrown. The sons of the damsels have pierced them through, and wounded them as fugitives' children. They perished by the battle of the Lord. I will sing unto the Lord a new song. O Lord, thou art great and glorious, wonderful in strength and invincible. Let all creatures serve thee, for thou spakest, and they were made. Thou didst send forth thy spirit, and they created them. And there is none that can resist thy voice. For the mountains shall be moved from their foundations with the waters. The rocks shall melt as wax at thy presence. Yet thou art merciful to them that fear thee. For all sacrifice is too little for a sweet savor unto thee, and all the fat is not sufficient for thy burnt offering. But he that feareth the Lord is great at all times. So she's saying here, like, even if you were to sacrifice all the fat in the world, it wouldn't be enough for the Lord. Woe to the nations that rise up against my kindred. The Lord Almighty will take vengeance of them in the day of judgment, in putting fire and worms in their flesh. Fire representing destruction, worms representing death, right? Because when you die, your body decays and is broken down by the worms, decomposers. And they shall feed them and weep forever. Or they shall feel them and weep forever. Now, as soon as they entered into Jerusalem, they worshipped the Lord, and as soon as the people were purified, they offered their burnt offerings and their free offerings and their gift offerings. Judith also dedicated all the stuff of Holofernes, which the people had given her, and gave the canopy which she had taken out of his bedchamber for a gift unto the Lord. So the people continued feasting in Jerusalem before the sanctuary for the space of 3 months, and Judith remained with them. After this time every one returned to his own inheritance, and Judith went to Bethulia, and remained in her own possession, and was in her time honorable in all her country. So everybody knew about her. And they were like, damn, Judith. And many desired her, but none knew her all the days of her life. So she probably had a lot of people trying to take her hand in marriage, trying to remarry her, but none of them were able to be successful at that. Meaning none knew her, right? Nobody slept with her, nobody dealt with her. She didn't deal with any of them. After that, Manasseh, her husband, was dead and was gathered to his people. So after her first husband died, that was it. But she increased more and more in honor and waxed old in her husband's house, being 105 years old, and made her maid free. So she died in Bethulia. So she lived to be 105 years old. She gave her maid her freedom, and she died over there. And they buried her in the cave of her husband Manasseh. And the house of Israel lamented her 7 days. And before she died, she did distribute her goods to all them that were nearest of kindred to Manasseh her husband, and to them that were the nearest of her kindred. So she basically gave out all the goods, because she had a lot. She had a lot of stuff, to all of her husband's relatives and then hers. And there was none that made the children of Israel any more afraid in the days of Judith, nor a long time after her death. So basically they had peace, from that time on for a good period of time. And that brings us to the end of the book of Judith, the 16th chapter, and the end of the entirety of the book of Judith. Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Recha, Kodesh. And until next time, Shalom.